Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you're watching I Watch You Watch. We're covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 5, episode 24. There's no way I'll be before you long. Just according to the episode and what it gave. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments as to what you thought of the episode, and also if you have any comments on or feedback on my commentary. All right, so we're going to begin with Chris and Nell. They're at dinner and they are just they are talking concerning how Martell was treating, or the whole conversation between her and Martell. She ended up saying, well, Martell started getting loud, and Chris was like, do I need to have a talk with him? She didn't really say yes or no, but she said, he did get loud because of this, da 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 da. You know how Southern men are towards their women, and you need to stay in your place. But we know that Martell can be disrespectful, at least to his wife and to his mother-in-law. But the conversation, okay, we were just reviewing and recapping. It wasn't really anything interesting. That's why I say I know I'm going to be. I'm gonna get through this episode pretty soon, pretty fast, Let's see what happened next, because that was the whole gist of everything. We meet Tiffany and Stormy. Stormy's really going over how Tiffany is very shady towards Kiki. And they were looking at the interview with Reality with the King, and really Stormy is like, I really cringed hearing some of the stuff that came out of your mouth. I'm like, Tiffany didn't really say much, but y'all go up for when Mel does it. I don't get it. Tiffany didn't do much. And yes, I am Team Tiffany, but it wasn't anything. It was a part of an interview. From what I saw, this was around the time that Kiki was saying stuff about Tiffany not knowing who her daddy was. Or Kiki was telling Tiffany that they don't know who her daddy was. I know that they spent a lot of time on that. So for it to now come down the pipeline now, it's like, dang, well, how much did they actually record? Because we only got like 6 or 7 episodes left. So I guess Love and Marriage Huntsville has been sitting on the burner for a long time. So, but it's just interesting. Like, I don't get it. For some reason, Tiffany can't say nothing. And somehow, everything's supposed to be at peace. I don't get that. I don't get it. But again, if Mel was on there talking, y'all would go up for it. But Tiffany, no, that's not cool. So they got into more. Stormy was too busy beating around the bush and not really asking the questions. I guess she doesn't want to start any mess with Mel, but look, since you want to be a mediator and want to fix everything, but all I see really is Stormy. We haven't seen on camera her chastising Kiki for how she treats Tiffany. Somehow it's just how Tiffany treats Kiki. That's not cool whatsoever, especially if you're trying to be a mediator. I understand Tiffany, even though Tiffany, I would have asked, so did you have the same conversation with her about me and what she says, or what, or no? Because it's not coming out of thin air. And it's not even saying that Kiki is that bad towards Tiffany, but it's not like, okay, let me just think of how many ways can I keep on talking about Kiki for nothing, And I think that possibly Tiffany just has to maybe the whole daddy thing was a big trigger for her and she hasn't gotten over it. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. But anyway, Stormy is asking her, so you haven't been talking about Kiki moving to another school district? No, I haven't. Where's the stuff coming from? And then she's like, well, did you have a conversation about my hair products? And she said, no. Like, I'm completely out of 2 jars that you have, and I use the stuff on the baby's hair, Ace's hair. So I don't know where you're coming up with this. For some reason, nobody wants to implicate Mel. She didn't want to say anything about that. Well, Stormy said, well, I would like you two to come together. I think you guys could be cool. Tiffany says, I can be cool with everyone. You just can't poke the bear. I think Tiffany understood what Stormy was saying. Stormy did get mad when it seemed like, are you trying to help the situation or trying to stir the pot? And then Stormy was like, don't do that. It does seem like it's one-sided, and I don't think that is actually accurate. But again, I don't know. I'm not getting why it's just how it's geared as one-sided. I'm sorry, y'all. I know many of y'all don't like Tiffany, whatever. But Tiffany did agree that they could sit down and have a conversation, and Stormy can mediate, because Stormy says that I know how you're going to react, I know how she's going to react, and I know how to move through both of y'all. Okay, we shall see. Next, this is Mel's ceremony. She's taking her name back to Melody Cherie Rogers. She looks very good, very elegant. The backyard was set up very nicely. Um, I think everything went pretty well. I think that this song, it's precious to her. I'm not gonna buy it. Like that's just not my thing. But that's something personal to her. So she walked down the aisle with the song playing, and then she made some vows back to her and to her family. Um, Miss Vanessa's crying like a mother-in-law or a mother of the bride to be. It was kind of set up in like a wedding ceremony type of way. But congratulations to Melody Cherie Rogers. The next scene, Stormy's at her home. She's talking with her COO and another part of the business. I forgot another title that he does have the business. They were talking about the history of Canvas Beauty and where it's at right now. They're getting 4,000 orders a day. They were talking concerning, how business was beforehand. There was a moment in time where Stormy was going to quit. Then she got pregnant, and that got in the way of certain things. She was finding out, it sounded like her family had been committing fraud and stealing from her company. I couldn't get the whole gist, but there had been some stuff that has happened. The COO was talking about, we're going to move forward and you just not be so nice towards people, da 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 da. And that's what happens. If one person makes it out of the nest, you got family members that are just jealous and not really happy to see you move forward because they're not moving forward and don't have a desire to move forward for real or the motivation to do it. And don't have the actions to make it happen. So she was crying and all that good stuff. The COO is staying on the estate as they are planning to move forward because he wants to get to the place where she's taking on 10,000 orders. But the COO was one of the first people to break her out of the state of just wanting to quit. So it was cool to hear that side. I wish we would have heard it a little bit sooner, but hey, they got so many people on this cast. They aren't doing anything. It's cool to actually see or to actually hear her talk about it. The last scene is with the Fletchers. The Fletchers have invited their children. Both of them have a child separately outside of the marriage before they got married together. They have, is it 4 children? Then they got 2 children, I think together. And then a 5th one that she raised. She was kind of like a niece to Nell, and basically her child. Her mama raised Nell at some point, and then she turned around and raised this child. All right, they were having this family dinner. It looks like Chris is the more easygoing parent, and Nell is the more stickler type of person. They go to Chris for a lot of things before they come to her because they know that they're going to get some type of lecture from Nell. The last child, the niece child, I guess she got fired from Nell. Then they've ended up finding out that the niece child got fired from a new job that she got, but she hadn't told Nell and all that. And she's like, how come I'm not being told this? Da, 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 da. And she's like, I was going to tell you. I just had to find a way to tell you. I just told Dad first. So their family is interesting. And I kind of would like to see them more on camera. I don't know where the show is going to, but it's now stuck in a place that it's just not entertaining anymore. I do feel like the original 6 are so produced. They have this pact on top of that where they won't even talk about certain things that they do know. And it's hindering the show. That's how I feel about the whole situation. You got 2 ex-divorcees that don't get along at all. They can't even say hi to each other. That's bad. They were the show. Then you got the Scotts. They're producing stuff. Marcel wants to troll us and not really give his real life. They're saying stuff that don't even make sense. I don't get it. But I'm interested to seeing more of the Fletchers. They talked about the son. The son ended up going to jail. They had to take the dogs, and there was this vet bill that was over $3,800. And then on top of that, they had to bail him out, and that was over $6,000. So you're looking at almost $10,000 of debt that this man owes his parents. They ended up keeping the dogs because the son has not paid them back, and he's ready for the dogs back. She ended up yelling at him. It's like, oh, I'm just, again, interested in just seeing their family dynamic to see how it goes. But it looks like Nell is just one of those people that are pretty no nonsense type of person. And you can tell by how Chris is still treating Martell that Chris is more easygoing. And that's how Martell is able to take advantage of the whole situation of him. So, I don't know. But that's the whole episode. There wasn't anything really going on. Take Me Back by Mel. Y'all go listen to it. I don't really want to listen to it. I'm not interested. But congratulations to you, despite of my interest in the song. But that's all I got, y'all. I'm still Team Tiffany, and if they want to just act like Tiffany's just being shady, that's not cool whatsoever. I'm sorry, but y'all tell me your thoughts. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to this channel, and also leave your comments as I've asked before. And until the next video, peace.